I know you want to be successful in your business. So let's dispel a myth that may be standing squarely in the way of you accomplishing that goal. Traffic isn't magic. Yet, it seems to be a persistent belief among business owners, new and experienced ones, that all you need to do to launch a successful business is to put up a website and then clients will magically appear. But this is simply not true, and believing it may lead you to make bad decisions in your business, like spending more than you can afford designing a glitzy website, or paying for a branding expert when you haven't been in business for more than a few months, or putting up that fancy website and then not doing any of the actions that would actually help it to generate business for you. So let me explain the truth about online marketing. This is Alexa. Alexa ranks the top 25 million approximately active websites in the world based on traffic. 25 million might seem like a lot, but there are close to 1 billion, that's with a B, active websites currently in existence, and the number goes up all the time. This means that Alexa ignores over 97% of websites that are in existence. Let this sink in a second. Over 97% of the websites in existence are ignored by Alexa. So what does it take to make it into the top 25 million websites? Well, it turns out, not that much. While Alexa doesn't publish its ranking algorithm, based on tracking my own websites and those of my clients, I know that websites at the bottom of the Alexa ranking, which is around the 25 million mark, receive around 100 visits per month. That's it. 100 visits. 100 is nothing really when you're trying to run a business, especially when only 1% of your visitors will take any kind of action on your site. That's clicking links, signing up for stuff, doing anything at all. So if you have 100 visits, that's just one person who may have taken some kind of action. If your site isn't even earning 100 visits yet, you haven't even gotten to a whole person, which would be necessary to see the results of anything that you have created. If your website is one of those getting less than 100 visits a month, you might not yet have had anyone sign up for your mailing list from your website. And you might infer from that, like so many of the people I worked with, that you need to change your opt-in gift. However, if your traffic is low, no one would have signed up, even if your offer was outstanding. And to really evaluate that offer, you need at least 1,000 people to have seen it. Speaking of 1,000 visitors, that describes the websites in the top 1 million on Alexa. They earn just 1,000 visits or more a month. So to help you understand this, let's look at this data a little bit differently. This pyramid represents all active websites in existence today. As you can see here, the vast majority, that's this big blue area, don't earn even 100 visits a month. A tiny portion earn between 100 and 1,000, and a teeny tiny sliver earns over 1,000 visits a month. And these two areas are actually exaggerated in this graph so you can actually see them. If this was to scale, those areas would be too small to be seen. At this size, the image would need to be nearly as large as the wall in front of me for you to see those sections at all. So only the websites in the top 1 million on Alexa earn enough traffic to actually build a business from. 1 million out of 1 billion is only 1% of all existing websites in the world. While this might seem a bit depressing, there are two big takeaways. Websites don't earn traffic just by their very existence, like participation trophies. If they did, a higher percentage of those 97% of the billion websites out there would be earning much more traffic. Getting your website into the top 1% of websites in the world is actually pretty doable if you know a few things about how to actually generate traffic. When we're talking about traffic, we're really talking about the people who visit your site and what they are doing immediately before they visit it. Traffic can be broken down into three main categories: direct, referral, and search. Direct traffic is traffic that lands on your website without another referral source. So the website address is typed directly into the search box. You likely navigate to Google or YouTube this way. Referral traffic is any traffic that comes to your site by way of clicking on a link, be that on another website, in an email, or social media. Traffic that is the result of entering search terms into a search engine and following a link that appears in the SERP, search engine results page, is classified as search traffic. And you might think that Google wouldn't care about where your other types of traffic come from and would just track your search traffic. However, since Google can't read and process the content that you publish like a human would, one metric of many that they use to weigh different pieces of content to determine which is more valuable and should earn the higher placement in results is traffic. Not just the search traffic, but all traffic. If your site is generating a lot of traffic of all types, that's an indication that your site has something of value to offer the users of Google. So although it sounds like a catch-22, the more traffic you send to your website, the more search traffic it will earn. So in general, there are three ways to get traffic to your website: earn it, drive it, and buy it. When you earn traffic, you publish content, do a small amount of work to let the world know it exists, and then, without you taking any other action, traffic just shows up. This is actually as close to magic as you can actually get. So I published a blog post about customizing the MailChimp opt-in form with CSS back in, 2008 or 2009. I didn't publish that post in order to earn traffic at all. Yet it remains one of my most popular posts, even though the content is mostly out of date, but it still accounts for over 100 visits to my site every month. To help you better understand how this post earned all of this traffic, we can look at the process I used to choose this topic in particular to write about. So I identified a need that I personally had, and I searched the internet for an answer. I found only partial answers and had to cobble together a solution that actually worked for me. After investing nearly a day, or maybe more, to solve the problem, I realized I wanted a little more benefit to come from that. So I outlined my process in detail on a blog post, included the information the search engines needed to accurately catalog its content, and I published it. I wrote a tweet about the post, and then I added that tweet to my social media account, and it went out periodically to my Twitter account, so not just one time. And then I promptly forgot all about it. It wasn't until I noticed the traffic spike in my Google Analytics account that I understood what had actually happened. So two things actually happened. MailChimp found my tweet that linked to my post about how to customize their opt-in form, and they retweeted that tweet out to their thousands of followers. So my post then appeared as the first non-MailChimp link on Google for the search terms MailChimp opt-in CSS. It's not on the first page anymore, since more content has been published on this topic since then, but for a long time it was on the first page. So this post went viral because I identified a need, I wrote an answer to the problem, which I then published, shared the link in social media, and reshared it, and it earned traffic. After you've published your content and let the world know it exists, the process is out of your hands. Whether or not your content goes viral isn't under your control at all. But the other two avenues are under your control. You can drive traffic and you can buy traffic. When you buy traffic via Facebook, Twitter, Stumbled Upon, or Google Ads, you are essentially playing the lottery, investing money on the front end, hoping there'll be a payoff down the road. It takes balls and a bit of money to invest to make it work, but it can work. In fact, I've used paid traffic to fill my webinars. Driving traffic, however, is generally free or has small, easily managed fees. Driving traffic includes social media and email, as well as direct mail, really all marketing and advertising, anything you do that invites people to visit your website. After you publish your content, you need to let the world know it exists. MailChimp would never have found my post about them if I hadn't shared it on Twitter. So make it a habit to share every post you write in social media, on whatever platforms that is that you use, and do it multiple times. Sharing once is simply not enough. If you share just once, you will miss people with your message. Sharing it again isn't going to annoy them because they probably didn't see your post the first time. How many times you can get away with sharing your content depends a lot on the platform. On Facebook, I aim for unique shares every time, even when they link to the same blog post. On Twitter, you can post dozens of times a day and no one will notice unless all of your posts are identical. So don't be afraid to post more frequently to Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, what makes it different than other social media sites? Well, LinkedIn is a business networking site primarily designed to maintain connections with people you know in real life. Their terms of use actually recommends that you not approve connections to someone that you don't know. Your friends on Facebook begin with the people that are in your real life: friends, family, former coworkers, friends from high school. Facebook helps you to grow your friends list by suggesting people whom you might know, which are based on the friends you have in common. So here it's a network of friends of friends. Twitter, on the other hand, isn't about connecting with people you know in the real world at all. Although when you do first sign up, Twitter will ask you if you want to use your email address book to look for users that you can follow. But once your account is set up, Twitter is all about connecting you with interesting people that you don't yet know. Suggestions are based on users who are similar to the users you follow, not based on how many friends or followers you may have in common. So Twitter has over 300 million monthly active users, and many of these users are your ideal client. Companies that lack a presence on Twitter are missing out on an opportunity to create a relationship with your customers where you can listen to their concerns, offer helpful tips and suggestions, and introduce them to your products and services. Twitter also allows you to connect with people who are your ideal customers, but who have never heard of your company. Twitter gives you access to a virtual water cooler where people gather to discuss all kinds of topics, from news and pop culture to their own pet topics, and whatever problem your business helps people solve. While 52% of Twitter users report that they have purchased a product they first learned about on Twitter, only 12% of US businesses use Twitter. If your business is one of the 88% not yet on Twitter, the Getting Started with Twitter course will help you get started using this powerful platform for your business. In Lesson 1, the Introduction to Twitter, we cover why your business should be on Twitter, who you can hope to reach on Twitter, and then help you get started with an overview of your Twitter profile, what, where, why, and how to set one up. Lesson 2, we cover creating great content. Having a Twitter profile doesn't do you or your business any good if you never share any tweets. So we'll cover how a tweet is structured and what sets a good tweet apart from a bad one, the best types of content to share, how to use hashtags, @mentions, and retweets, and what they are. Then Lesson 3, return to finding your audience. Great content needs people to read and engage with it. In this class, we'll explore how to grow your followers on Twitter, who to follow and why, tips for managing the accounts you follow and why it's important that you do so, and how to create engagement and encourage conversation. Then in Lesson 4, we wrap up the course with some secrets to making Twitter work long term. There's a learning curve, plus an initial investment of time and energy. Once you're over that hump, you can make Twitter work for you in the long term, investing just an hour a week. So we're going to cover the regular tasks that will help you get the most out of Twitter with the smallest time investment, scheduling tools that you can use to make the work of managing your Twitter presence easier, faster, and more effective, and then of course when to hire help, what type of help is available, and how to tell if they're worth the money. So the Getting Started with Twitter course is just $97. You'll have immediate access to all of the course materials as soon as you sign up. You can visit forbusinesstraining.com/Twitter for more information. If you have any questions about anything I covered with you today, or whether the Getting Started with Twitter course is right for you, please email me at support@forbusinesstraining.com. Remember, writing outstanding content doesn't help anyone if no one ever visits your website and discovers it. Whenever you publish anything to your website, remember to share it, not just once, but multiple times, to all of your social profiles. Your followers won't find this annoying when you have a variety of links to share with them. Mix up links to your blog with quotes, tips, which is advice without links, inspirational graphics, videos, other people's content, whatever your particular audience might find helpful. And you'll find both your social media marketing and your website more effective in helping you grow your business. Thanks for watching. Wishing you love and laughter as you grow your business.